You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, coming in here with a 74 degrees on the high today. Plenty of sunshine. That's what I'm talking about. I love it so much. It's going to be 42 tonight with clear skies. What a beautiful day it is. And talking about that, what a beautiful morning. We got Felix Cavaliere coming on today with the founding member from the Rascals. And, man, I'm excited about this. This is really cool.
I've been lonely too long.
Oh, man, grooving. And he's still rocking and rolling, man. How cool is that? So,
And he's on TV for Time Life. And you know you hit it big time when you're selling music on Time Life.
I know that's right. I hope everybody's doing good out there. Thanks for all the birthday wishes yesterday. And I'm going to tell you one thing. I had Snodgrass. What's her name?
Carlin.
Carlin brought me I'm going to say it, a cake. But, I'm telling you right now, if my wife leaves me, I'm coming to your house. Golly, bum, man, what good eating that was.
Hey, happy birthday. I'm sorry I wasn't here for your birthday party, and they wanted me to jump out of the cake with a
yeah, that's why you wasn't here.
They wanted me to jump out of the cake for you wearing my Speedo, and I said, God, I can't be there for that.
Do they make a Speedo that big?
What kind of cake does she make you?
It's like, it was, hold on a minute, I'll tell you just a minute, I'll think about it, but it was, my brain went, I can see it, I can smell it, and I can tell you what it is. What is them honey buns? What are them called? What is a honey bun? It's come on now. Anyway, it'll hit me in a little while. I'll tell you what it is. And everything. It's radio. Keep talking. Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
It's like a cinnamon roll cake with pecans and caramel. Oh, man, it was good. Golly, bum. And I just kept eating and eating and eating last night, and I just kept eating and eating and eating. But what are you going to do? So, I don't know anybody much on the famous side of things. Do you know any famous birthdays today?
Yeah, we got Jessica Biel's birthday. This is kind of interesting. Jean Harlow. I'm sure that Pat and Harry would remember Jean Harlow, actress from back in the 40s. Alexander Graham Bell's birthday was today.
There you go.
Jackie Joyner-Kersee, and of course Herschel Walker.
There you go. We got to get Herschel on. He's a politician. We'll talk to him before he gets elected. We can still talk to him. Joe Spanago, or however you say his last name. He is the guy that had the Hemi under glass that brought it down here. Man, I love that guy. And Way Jennings today. That is Waylon Jennings' grandson. Happy birthday to him. He's out there trying to make it in the music world. So I don't know, but anyway, today is March the 3rd, which is National I Want You to Be Happy Day. I want you to be happy.
We want everybody to be happy every day, though.
National Anthem Day and soup it forward. I have no idea what that is. Anyway.
Hey, we did miss one yesterday.
Yeah.
It was Nancy Hackelow's birthday yesterday. She shares a birthday with you, Stephen.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Birds of a feather flock together. But anyway, listen, y'all, we are live streaming on YouTube, and if you subscribe to our channel, you can win $100. Somebody's going to be a lucky winner at the end of the month. We're going to draw that name out, and but anyway, and we've got $100 cash. This is not a check. This is not a money order. This is cash on the barrelhead. We found it outside in the parking lot in Harry Vaughn's Prius in his cup holder. So we're going to give it away. You can't beat that. But anyway, let's jump to.
The weekend is getting closer, and a trip to Bell Mountain or the lake is always a possibility. Make sure your truck is accessorized by Rose Auto in Blairsville. Bed liners, LED lights, and more. You want to be a pickup man? Do it with Rose Auto in Blairsville. The only way to go.
All right, folks, we're back with you, and I am more than excited. We have got a young man on here, the founder of the Rascals, #1 rock band in the world from 65 through 70, still rocking through, and a legendary member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and many more. Mr. Felix Cavaliere, how are you, sir?
I'm doing all right, sir. How you doing?
You're sounding good, I'll guarantee you that, man.
And my eyes are open and everything.
That's a good thing, man. I'm going to tell you right now, This is unreal to get to talk to. You don't know how many of these songs that I've sung along with you over the miles that we've drove down the road, man. I love it. I guarantee it. And you're still out going, man.
Yeah, I'm still doing it after all these years, and why not? People want to hear the music. Let's do it.
I'm with you,
Felix. They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me call you this morning because when you answered, I was just going to say it's a beautiful morning. Like I'm sure no one has ever sung that to you before.
How is it out there in GA? How's everything?
Man,
How's the weather?
it is beautiful. 72 degrees on the high today. Going to be beautiful, sunshiny skies, and we're all ready for it. I guarantee it. How about you?
You know, I'm over here in Nashville, Tennessee, which you could probably tell by my accent. You know, I've been here for a long time. You know?
Right.
And I got family now in Georgia. My sister and brother-in-law and a bunch of my nephews, they moved to Dawsonville and to Dahlonega.
Okay, well, they're just right over the hill from us. Yeah, right over the hill.
I got kin over there.
Dawsonville is the only county in the state of Georgia you can pay your water bill and buy moonshine at the same location.
Still?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
you know, when we first started many years ago, we
right.
did a Dick Clark Caravan of Stars.
Mm-hmm.
And we came through a lot of the smaller towns in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Georgia. And, you know, I think we really firmed up a good relationship with people who love, like, R&B music done by white guys.
Hey, y'all do it well, too, man. I mean, y'all, golly, the hits that you've had over the years and all the stuff that you've accomplished, man. I mean, this is just – and still, I just love it that you're still playing. That's the thing. I love it. I mean, I've been – keeping up with you, and I am a big fan of your music, no doubt, and still going
well, I appreciate that. No, you know, you get a little blessed once in a while in lifetime, and you're still able to do it, and I really feel seriously that the people want to hear it. So I certainly always enjoy doing it.
Well, now are you performing now solo act, or do you still have the band together, or how are you doing this?
Well, I moved to Nashville because, as you well know, there's really a great bunch of musicians and songwriters here. So I've been here since late '80s,
right?
And I've established a band that I've actually had this band longer than I had my original Rascals.
Right.
And they're great. They're younger guys, you know. They grew up on the music. They love the music. They play their tails off. And when you get them on stage, man, you have to pull them off. They love playing.
Well, they'd have to be pretty good to keep up with you. I mean, ain't no doubt.
Well, they are pretty good. Let me tell you, I'm really blessed to have them because, you know, as they say, there's a joy when people play music from their heart. Mm-hmm. You know, people in the audience know it.
Right.
You know, Felix, I was a big Dick Clark fan, and I remember one of the things that I think we're missing a lot in today's music is the passion that you guys brought forth, and you're still doing it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you look at Carlos Santana and all of these guys that were performing in the 60s and 70s, and were just so passionate about what they do, and you're the epitome of that as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you know, I noticed a lot of the oldies but goodies people have that desire and that passion. You know, it was so different. You know, when we first started, you know, it was right after Buddy Holly and those people, and, you know, of course, Elvis. There really wasn't like a fortune to be made being a musician. You had to really do it from your heart, your love of music.
Right.
It didn't really get into the zeros until till Led Zeppelin came along, and that's when it really started to click into the bank, you know.
Right.
So the people that did it loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like, for example, I toured with Ringo.
Mm-hmm.
Ringo doesn't need to ever go out of his house. He's got enough money to last him and his great-grandchildren for the rest of their lives. You got to pull him off of the stage. He loves it.
Yeah.
He's just a big old hand.
What you do, too. I mean, that's the thing about it. And it's kind of getting back to that in the music industry now because the money is really thin, man, with all these downloads and people stealing music and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's going to weed out a lot of the folks that's in it for the money. And that's the thing about it. I love music and I'm all about
there you go.
And you know, we had Paul Overstreet on the other day, and he said that some of the guys in the music industry said that they're not really releasing the best songs now because they don't have the right beat because it's a certain beat that people are looking for. I thought that was sad.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was sad that, you know, there's a lot of cool.
Well, you know, it's look, I mean, our world right now is upside down. I feel so terribly about these Ukrainian people, and I'm so happy to see their strength, and I think we should really take a lesson and say, like, oh my God, look at these men and women. I mean,
Amen.
You got to keep your hat up.
They
You
are.
got to take your hat off.
They are absolutely encouraging the world. I feel like, and I mean, golly, I'm all for helping them. I mean, it's just to see what's going on over there. But the
Well,
pride.
we need that. I mean, we're over here tussling with each other. What's the point? It's like I tell my kids, don't fight with each other. You got the whole world to fight with.
Yes, sir.
I'm with you. And these folks are fighting for their lives, man.
And thank God us Italians don't like to fight with each other because, God, can you just imagine that?
Yeah, well, I'm living proof of that with my 3-member Italian Rascal group. But, that's okay. Life is good. Life is good.
I love the Italians, man. If it wasn't for Italians, you wouldn't have like big trunks and Lincolns. You wouldn't have concrete shoes and all this cool stuff that they brought to the world,
Hey, my uncle Carmine was never convicted of that, okay? I just want to go on the record.
Oh, man.
There you go.
I'm going to tell you, man, your music that you have released over the years, just like Good Lovin', man, I mean, some of this stuff is just, they will be around forever. There's a lot of songs that was released that kind of fade in the wings, over the years. But these songs, Groovin' and Beautiful Morning, my Lord, these are songs that last forever,
And Felix, what he's saying, too, you had some really cool songs like that are iconic, but some of the deep tracks, too, like one of my favorites, and I'm a little younger than these old guys here, and my dad, he just raised me with your music, the Young Rascals. Heaven was one of my favorite songs growing up.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yep.
One of my daughter's favorites. Well, what people have to understand is the competition that we were up against in those days pretty darn good. I mean, you got those fellows over there in England coming out with some really, really, really top-notch songs. So if you wanted to exist, you really had to, that bar was pretty high. You had to do it. And I don't know, my philosophy always was, look, I like to see people smiling. I like to see people happy. I like to see people forgetting about their troubles and kind of looking upwards and saying, like, it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
So I wrote most of the songs that I wrote with that in mind. Like, hey, look, if you want trouble, just turn on the news, man. You can see trouble all the time. But, you turn on the radio, you turn on music, come on, let's smile, let's be happy. Come on, why not?
I'm with you 100%. Folks, we're talking to Felix Cavaliere. Go to FelixCavalieremusic.com. He has got all the information he's got. You can follow him, see the shows he's got coming up. He is still touring, and we're lucky. I mean, very lucky to have him today. And but you're like I said, you're out still going and still touring. So now how? I mean, touring nowadays is a lot different than it was back in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, y'all, it was just like from one spot to the next. So.
TSA. We used to, in the old days, literally, when we would go like some places out of town, like in Midwest, we used to be able to actually drive onto the runway and load our equipment into the back of the planes, I wouldn't try that today. We'd never get back alive,
Yeah. I'm with you.
Different world. But, as I say, I used to hear my parents and grandparents, talk about the youngins and, what's going on in our world. And I think it's the same thing. We're looking and we're saying, my goodness, what the heck are these kids thinking? What are they doing?
Yeah.
So I really think we're going to be all right. I think, that, the Lord is looking down here and saying, what the heck did I do down there? I don't know, but I better get a little help down there right now.
I'm with you.
Because they need it.
Now you're going March the 28th. You're going to be on the Flower Power Cruise.
Yes.
Is that still?
Yes.
I mean, I remember back in the day. We had the Flower Power Hour and all that stuff on the radio. Is that still?
Yeah.
Is it still the flower part still as popular on the power tour as it used to be? Or is
Oh my goodness! For people who don't know what that is, this is an excuse for you to go back in time to when you was a young, crazy teenager wearing the tie-dye shirts and the long hair and rocking and rolling for about, 6 or 7 days out to sea where nobody knows you. You can do whatever you want. And then as soon as you get back to shore, you're right back to normal.
Yeah.
And they have a ball. I'm serious. They enjoy themselves. They really let their hair down. They get back to, again, I mentioned my sister and my husband. I never saw my brother-in-law dance in my life till he got on one of those cruises.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a sight to see, too, let me tell you.
They say, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but I'm a redneck, and that don't work with rednecks because we get back, we're like, man, you ain't gonna believe what I did.
Yeah, well, exactly. But no, that Flower Power 2 has been canceled the last 2 years because of this COVID stuff. And it's really a shame because, there's a certain kind of like, again, I say the word happiness, joy. The peace, love generation, we really tried, man. We really tried to, make this a happy, safe planet. And, we didn't quite make it, but maybe our grandkids will make it.
Yeah, we got to make it better for them. I'm like you. Folks, we're talking to Felix Cavaliere. Go to FelixCavalieremusic.com. Go to his website, and that'll take you to all his social media platforms. You can buy stuff. And you've even got a book, The Memoirs of the Rascals. Tell us about that a little bit.
Well, basically, we did a tour in 2013. We did a tour. We did a Broadway show, which was called Once Upon a Dream. It was named after one of our old albums. And, just to make it real quick, when you do those kind of things, you have press conferences, and you have, the four original Rascals on stage with the press.
Right.
And I noticed that every single one of us had a different answer for the same question. And I said, oh, my God, I really thought I was there. I really thought I was present. So I thought I was awake, too. So I decided I like to just write down my thoughts, my views of what happened. Little things like, how'd you get your name and how'd the group start? Everybody had a different answer. So, I'm just wondering whether the Japanese really attacked Pearl Harbor or not. I don't know. Maybe they didn't. It's the last person standing that tells the story.
That's exactly right. Yep, I'm with you on that.
No disrespect to my veterans out there, because God bless you all. We love you.
Yeah, we do. I'll guarantee it. But now you play my favorite instrument. My mother, back when I was still not even born yet, played the piano in church, and that is my favorite instrument.
There you go.
And then that, the Hammond B3, which now it's all computerized, but back in the day you had to carry the big box around and all that kind of stuff. But that to me,
oh yeah, chiropractors love me. Let me tell you.
Now, Felix, do you still use the Hammond B3 and the Leslie speaker and all that stuff?
I still do. I still try and do it. The audiences they kind of they identify me with that instrument. It's just very difficult to find one, because we can't carry it anymore. It's too heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to find one that's functional, because they really stopped making the big B3 in 1972. So when you get one, you got to hope that it's really preserved,
right,
like the rest of us.
But that's just that B3 is the ultimate blues sound to me.
Oh yeah, at church. What about church?
Hey, I'm with you, man.
It's interesting. The gentleman that developed that, Mr. Hammond, I don't think he had any idea of the impact that instrument was going to have on church and music.
Right.
Because just as soon as you hear it, you kind of go back to Sunday. Oh yeah, there you go. He subconscious remembers that sound.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I was raised in a Baptist church, but over the years, I actually lead singing. We call it lead singing. We're still a small church. Now I think they call it music minister, but in our church, it's still lead singing. Man, we do Pentecostal music, because that's the best, man. There's no doubt. Pentecostal has got the music going on, and, that's where you hear a lot of that stuff. So now, did you play in church growing up?
Well, not really. I really was not an organ player until I was like 15 or 16. I was primarily a piano classical player. My mom, rest her soul, she really wanted me to do classical music. And it's kind of like in the churches, like when you start going into lay music, they don't want you in here.
Right.
So it was the same backwards with classical. You stuck to your classical.
Felix, I got to tell you something, though. I was a kid. I think it was back in like 68, and we were headed to Atlantic City. The Rascals were playing on the Steel Pier, and we were trying to get out early, and I was an altar boy at St. Joseph's in New Haven, Connecticut. And I remember the priest going, Eddie's got to leave. He's got to go see the Rascals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of experiences like that over the years. If I may, I'll tell you a little quick story.
We'd love it, yes.
I was doing this show one time. I think it was up in Upper Albany or something like that. And this gentleman came up to me, and he handed me his dog tags. And I said, "Excuse me." Well, he says, "Look, I got to explain something to you. You saved my life." I said, "What do you mean?" And he told me, he said, I was over in Vietnam. And, they used to have those boats going up to pick up the wounded, up the Mekong, Delta there. And he said, "I heard that you all were going to be on Hullabaloo in those days was a television show that had music."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Excuse me, I want to take the next boat. I want to hear this. I want to see this show." And that boat went down. Those people never made it back. So I still have his dog tags. You never know who's listening to your music and for what reason out there. Somebody's watching over those people because of our songs and because of us. You say, like, okay, you're darn right there's a reason for us to be out here.
Absolutely.
I agree. And music is very powerful. I talk to a lot of different musicians and songwriters and stuff like that. And the thing that amazes me about music, you have people that had dementia and Alzheimer's, and they can't even remember their kids' names.
That's right.
But they can still sing music that they remember.
That's right.
And that's pretty deep.
Well, it's a pretty high level of kind of communication with other souls. It really is. I mean, that's obviously why they use it in church. It gets right to you.
Yeah.
It gets right to you.
Yeah. And I think the good Lord loves the B3 myself. I'll be honest with you.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he loves it. But anyway, golly bum.
There you go.
Now are you still writing music and cutting new songs, or what's going on in that?
Well, that's why I came down here to Nashville, because, I moved here from, Connecticut.
Right.
And I had to put out a search party for songwriters and musicians. You couldn't find them. Here, I can go to any restaurant. I can go to any place, and they're ready.
Right.
They just happen to be songwriters. They're just doing something else in the meantime. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I felt really welcomed here from the first day I have here. I tell this other story, which is kind of cute too, because I came down and these people started telling me, "Look, there's a bank in town that really helps musicians and songwriters and publishers." I said, "You're kidding?" They said, No. As a matter of fact, they have a separate department for musicians." I said, "You're kidding?" Where I come from, we had a separate department too. It was called the Exit.
Yeah. That's one thing about songwriters, though. That y'all actually help each other. That's like Beth Nelson Chapman. You probably know her and all these other musicians. They help these young songwriters come up and actually help them create their own craft, which is, that's always been kind of mine. Because, a lot of different stuff, people are like, no, they don't want to teach you how to do that because they want to hoard the market on it. But songwriters are different. They want to share and help all they can.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, coming from up north, my first wife was from Alabama. And, she was shocked when she came up north. Because I found when we first came down, it's different, of course. It's 2000. Everybody helped each other. Everybody was happy. Everybody was, saying hello to you on the street. There was no, just not just songwriters. Everybody had their hand out. I remember, when I first moved in, somebody came knocking on my door, and I didn't know what it was. It was a preacher from next door.
Right.
Can I help you? There's that Southern hospitality that the people, I hope they still have it down there. But, we used to hear about it all the time up north.
Yeah, that's here.
Opening the doors for people. If I open a door for somebody right now, they're liable to hit me.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, Felix, you lived in Ridgefield, Connecticut, right?
I live next to that. I live in Danbury, yes.
Okay, but I know you've been to New Haven because your picture's hanging at Sally's
sure,
Pizza.
Yeah. Sure.
And every red-blooded Italian has been to Sally's Pizza.
Felix, I got the station guy here. He's pointing. We have got to get to a break. But listen, man, you've got kinfolk down here. We need to get you. We got places down here you can play. We'd love to have you down there. We'll see if we can't get you.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Just tell them to call. My book's out. It's called Memoir of a Rascal. It's Felix Cavaliere's FelixCavaliereMusic.com. CAVALIERE. And thank you all for taking the time.
Man, no. It's our pleasure's all ours, man. We appreciate you because I'm going to tell you, we are absolutely big fans. Your music plays on our station. We're heart, soul, and rock and roll, and just keep on making that music, brother.
Well, I appreciate you all. Let me tell you, and if I do get anywhere near your wonderful city there, I'll come in and knock on your door.
There you go. That'll work. We'll feed you supper down here. I guarantee
Absolutely.
it.
We got to get you to the mountains of North Georgia.
All right. Felix, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
You take care of yourself. God bless. Take care.
God bless you, too.
Hey, fellas, you're dreaming of trailer hitches, bed covers, LED light bars, and bulbs. Not a bad gift for the missus, right? Get them at Rose Auto in Blairsville on the Murphy Highway. Rose Auto specializes in customizing your vehicle.
All righty, folks. We're rolling right on in here. Y'all go check out Felix Cavaliere music.com, man. What a great interview that was. And we will upload that later for the edited version on that. Go to YouTube on Stephen Phillips of the Morning Dish. Subscribe. You can win $100, and then we can read you. We got any comments on there yet? But while he's looking for that, we've got the main man from Blairsville in over here. Steve, good morning.
Good morning. I tell you, it's been a while since I've been here.
Well, it's your own fault. We ain't moved. We're at the same spot we've been.
You redecorated the place.
How's it look?
Hey, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
You can never go wrong with black curtains.
Yeah.
Things always look better when it's darker.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I guarantee it. So anyway, how you been?
I'm good. I'm good. Did I hear you had a birthday?
Yeah, yesterday's my birthday.
Well, happy birthday. Belated birthday.
Yeah, did you bring me anything?
I did, but I left it out in the car.
Oh, I'll go out there and get it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, no problem.
I
No
guarantee
problem.
it. Golly.
Yeah, yeah. But I heard, did you hear Patrick this morning?
No, I did not.
They were talking about, had Lamar on.
Oh, yeah,
Talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
that amphitheater over
Oh,
Blairsville?
yeah, man.
Was that the Stephen Phillips Amphitheater?
I think it's going to be Paris Phillips Amphitheater.
Paris Phillips.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. That's really, I mean, you know, Lamar does a lot. I mean, there's no doubt. And it's just one thing after the next, and it's good for the county. I'm all about the amphitheater because I think that is a fantastic way to bring people in. And not only can you put music, you can do plays, you can do a lot of different stuff. And plus, church events can go and do that kind of stuff, and they can have open revivals like they used to and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I've got a buddy of mine, Steve Moore, from RCS Production that has been a promoter for years and years and years. He actually does the caverns in Tennessee, you know, and books a lot of stuff. He's got some great acts coming up there. But anyway, Lamar was talking about this, and I said, why don't we get Steve to come down and just kind of give you, you know, and so I called Steve. He said, I'd love to come down. And so I think I talked to Lamar a little bit after that, and he gave him some great pointers on some stuff because, you know, once you build it, a lot of times people build this stuff and they think this is the way it's supposed to be. But when you actually have somebody that's professional, not only can they help you, but they can save you a lot of money from not having to redo. You know, and so I think that's really good.
Well, that's what you want. You want it to be usable.
Exactly.
You know, both from the audience and from the performer standpoint. And so, you know, get somebody that's been there.
Yeah,
been
and people
of
just
them.
think about music, but there's a lot more out there than music, you know, and especially with the amp. I mean, you got, comedians, you have got plays, you've got, you know, church groups and all that kind of stuff. And so I think it's going to be a big boost to the Union County as far as bringing people into the area. And then the people that's already here, you know, because people don't want to just sit at the house all the time. People like to get out and do stuff and hike and all that, and it's just one thing after another. And but yeah, I think it's great, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great if we could get Felix Cavaliere up here to open up the
I'm telling you.
amphitheater when it came? That would be awesome.
We can do it. Yeah, I guarantee.
You think he'd open for Stephen?
Yeah. I don't know if I could even sing in front of him. I mean, blah, 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 but anyway.
Be all struck.
Man, he's great, ain't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He is.
he is great.
That was when music, you know, you could sit and just listen to it. And but it's a good thing. But
you know, I
we
don't
got
know.
a lot going on over in Blairsville.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it. Of course, it's the first Thursday of the month, so we got Shop Late Thursday going on over there. Got a lot going on. We've been talking to the merchants in Blairsville.
Right.
And, you know, they're having banner years. So it's great to see the economy picking up, and they're getting all their new merchandise in. It's at that springtime. Easter will be here before you know it. So
it's coming, man. Yep.
It's really good to see the economy picking up, and the people coming up. Everybody's complaining about traffic, but got to have a little traffic if you have want to have the shops going.
You got to think about the financial income that the county receives from that.
Oh, yeah.
And it helps everybody.
They come in, they pay the sales tax, and, we get the benefit from it on the projects that Lamar was talking about this morning. So,
there's good and bad in anything. I don't care what it is. But, when your county's growing and actually, one of the things that's really cool about that, a lot of people that's coming to Union County have got money, which is a big deal. Yeah. And that really helps. And that's why a lot of your merchants downtown, I think, is really thriving because a lot of these folks, they go out and they buy this stuff and support the people of the businesses and keeps them going. And if you didn't have that, folks, you wouldn't have anything. You know?
Yeah, a lot of these smaller businesses. We were talking the other day with the school, and we were doing some work on the East Blast and that type of thing, and we were looking at the percentage of the dollar spent in Union County,
right,
with local versus tourism that comes in, and we're probably looking at 50, 60% of our dollar,
right,
is coming in from outside. So, it helps us be able to have our restaurants we like to go to,
absolutely,
and our favorite haunts, and, get those amphitheaters
well, that's the thing.
going.
I'm on Lake Chattooga, like the 4th of July, I don't even get on the lake because there's so many boats. But I live here, so I can go out on Monday or Tuesday.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Nobody there. So
I think one of the things, too, that people are really appreciative. I talk to a lot of people that are visiting because, we do a lot of our training downtown. It's the sense of community and how nicely they're treated when they're here, whether they come from Atlanta or Florida or the Midwest. They just love being up here because we still say good morning to one another when we pass the street.
But I would like to say this morning at the red light in Hiawassee, I did have a guy fling me a bird. I have no idea what to do with that, but it was an out-of-state tag. So
that was one of those out-of-state waves.
I didn't say it went the other way around. I said we're friendly.
Yeah.
One of the things, that I like to say is that, the mountains and the waterfalls get people here, but it's the actual people of the community that keep them coming back. And so
let's. I hate to interrupt you. We need to take one more break, and then we get back, and we'll talk with Steve Rowe from the Union County Chamber of Commerce and update you all the stuff that's going on over there. A lot of stuff happening, and we're always glad that he's here. We like his brother better, Mike, but
he's out doing a dirty job somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah, anyway. We'd like to thank Rose Auto. We appreciate them.
The weekend is getting closer, and a trip to Bell Mountain or the lake is always a possibility. Make sure your truck is accessorized by Rose Auto in Blairsville. Bed liners, LED lights, and more. You want to be a pickup man? Do it with Rose Auto in Blairsville. The only way to go.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. We're rocking through the morning, man. I still ain't got over getting to talk to Felix, man. I'm bouncing off the ceiling, man. I'm
How
like,
do you think I feel? I was 12 years old when I saw the man.
good loving.
God.
He's sitting over here humming.
I know.
I'll tell you, I'll tell
song
you
he
what,
knows.
the Steel Pier back in Atlantic City in the day, it brought the big names, the Beach Boys.
He's
the
over here
Supremes.
singing, strumming my face with his finger.
I don't think Roberta Flack ever played the Steel Pier, but if she did, I'd have been there, I'll tell you.
All right, Steve, tell us what's going on, brother.
Well, this weekend over at Young Harris College, they've got the big dance.
Right. Oh,
and
yeah.
that's the fundraiser. Young Harris does a lot for local students.
Right.
And they have the Bob Head Scholarship Fund over there. And they're having that big dance over there, and it, from what I'm hearing, it should be a fabulous time.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody wants to go over and help them out to help support local students, we've got that going on. Also, I heard y'all talking about the military a little bit earlier, and over here at the Ridges Resort, they're having the military ball. And I don't know if y'all know Bob Ramey or not, but Bob was instrumental in the Rotary Club in doing the Veterans Day this year, and I tell you what, it was heartwarming to see that group there, and some of the older veterans. We're losing part of our culture.
I'm telling you, man,
as these guys get older. But they are having a military ball over here at the Ridges Resort. You can contact Bob Ramey for more information. If you want his phone number and whatnot, you can go to the chamber calendar.
Right.
And we got his phone number, but that's going to be Saturday night. And I know this is right up Packy's line. The Lions Club is having their Trash to Treasures over at the Civic Center this weekend.
Any chance I can get an early access on that stuff?
Thank God, Stephen. I thought you said they were going to do their joint rolling contest.
I know. I'm like, well,
oh
insert
my God,
stoner joke here.
I didn't do it, Paggy.
There's no telling what you can pick up over there. But when I saw that, I said, well, that's Packy's.
I think I need
he's
to go.
Probably going to want a table or.
I need to go inspect it just to see what we're talking about on the air. That way I know.
Get in there a little early and get it done. So, but that should be fun. And on March the 10th, the Chamber, we have our business after hours. And we mentioned the Rotary Club a little earlier, but the Rotary Club and Habitat for Humanities, which is located down there next to the Civic Center now, we'll have our business after hours. That starts at 5. And if you hadn't been to one of our business after hours lately, we have a great time.
Right.
We have a great crowd. We'll have anywhere from 50 to 100 people come to that. And so if you get a chance, again, that's on March the 10th. We've got that's where we name our business of the quarter. and we've got a business opened up about I guess about a year and a half ago.
Right.
And the young lady that opened it is very involved in the community, and so we're excited about letting everybody know about that business.
Where's that going to be, Steve?
That's over at the it's a Habitat.
Over at Habitat.
If you haven't been at Habitat, if you're a DIYer, they've got a little bit of everything.
Man, y'all gonna have to help me with these daggum initials. I'll just get
Do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Okay, got it. Got
it. They don't have any car parks that I've seen.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But I've gone over and picked up an extra window or two for some projects that I've done, and they're going to host us over there. We're going to have some refreshments. So come on over and join us on March the 10th.
What time is that?
That's from 5 till. Depends on sometimes at some of the places it goes to 7, and then sometimes at the wineries it goes a little longer.
Right. Yeah, the wineries. They're trying to find their car.
We will be right down the street from
around.
Granddaddy Mims, so
Yeah.
it could carry over.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a good time, and just like I said, we get to recognize our businesses and that type of thing there. But we appreciate the Rotary and Habitat for helping us out from that. And one of the fun events each year, Stephen, have they ever invited you? The Hope House, have they ever invited you to participate in the Super Chef Showdown?
No, I don't think so.
That's where they bring a lot of celebrities. That's the reason I thought. Maybe they asked you.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they asked you.
Yeah,
there.
they got me. I'm the big celebrity. Me and the town drunk.
Did you need somebody to park cars that day?
But anyway, they invite them in and they bring in their special recipes, and it's all for a good cause, the Hope House. But it's at the First United Methodist Church, and this year it's on March the 12th, and it's from 11:30 to 1:30. And you ought to go over there and taste. There's chilies, there's all kinds of special dishes, but it's from people that around town. And you may say, I didn't have a clue he could cook. And then on a couple of them, you may say, I wish he'd give up whatever he calls that, but it's not cooking.
Dude, you can't cook.
But they have a good time doing that.
Right.
And speaking of good time, the chamber started I meant to bring you some gold coins, and I forgot.
Oh, I'll take a few of them.
When I started bringing them, they disappeared on the way over.
Yeah, sticky fingers.
But what can I say?
Yeah, I know.
But we've got what's called a lucky coin hunt going on, and we put out some gold coins.
Yeah.
All over Blairsville, different merchants. There's a list of all the merchants that are participating on our website, and you can go into these merchants, and the coins are numbered. And if you find one, you need to either take a picture or tell the people there at the store, and you get in a contest, get entered into a contest to win some prizes.
I'm with you. Just take the gold coin. I'm good with that.
Now, we need to ask some people. It's only been going on for 2 days.
Right.
But we need to ask people to, just take one coin from each store.
Yeah.
Don't go in there.
Get a handful.
Yeah, it's not like the old Easter egg hunt that we used to have, where you try to get as many eggs as you can. But if you'll just get one coin from each store, and you'll be entered on that. And there's over 400 of them around. It goes to the end of the month, but we've got some really good prizes.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's fun. A lot of the merchants, it's not real hard to find the gold coins. That's why I'm saying don't just walk around and pick them up and put them in your pocket.
I'll give me a few of them. I can sell them and invest more into Dogecoin.
Well, they're saying gold may be the way to invest, but I'll need to talk to Packy off the radio to see.
There you go.
To see what I need to invest in. But,
there you go. I don't know if Packy's going to do the joke of the day or not.
You want to do it, Stephen?
We
or
got
we could
to.
do it.
We
could do a stock tip.
We got Steve
We don't
here.
have to wait for somebody to call in.
Are you done, Steve?
Well, I go ahead and do the joke of the day.
Go ahead if you got anything else.
No, go ahead. I'm flipping through papers over here. So.
It's Packy's joke of the day.
There you
Another
go.
Great day. Glad to have you, Steve.
Yeah, guess who the guest is? Steve Rowe.
Oh, okay.
Are you excited?
I am so excited.
You look excited.
I am so excited.
So now you're taking over my part of the show. Those are my questions.
I'm just trying to help, Pack.
Let's start over here.
Hello,
Steve.
I've heard the joke of the day before, so I think he could use all the help he can get. But anyway, that's another story.
All right, Steve. C.S. Lewis books. Hawaii or Mexicans? What's this going to be, Steve?
Let's go with Hawaii.
Hawaii. Hey, Steve, do people in Hawaii laugh out loud? Or do they just give out a low ha?
I'm going to have to go with the aloha.
Oh, he got it, man.
I appreciate you throwing me that softball up here.
Well, somebody said those aren't jokes; those are riddles. Who is?
I'm kind of with him. I don't know if they're riddles or not, but they definitely ain't jokes. Let's get back to Steve now that we got through that.
Speaking of daffodils and crazy flowers,
yeah.
But the Union County American Cancer Society is having their Daffodil Day, and we want to make sure that that's hard to follow right there.
I know. I had to lay down after that one.
Oh God.
Gee.
Oh God.
I don't know if we should do that first or last, but anyway.
Oh, we just lost like 20 people watching on YouTube.
But anyway, on March the 14th, just like I said, the Union County American Cancer Society is having Daffodil Day. They may have already reserved all those, but if you want to get in touch with Mia Crow, she should be able to hook you up with those if they still have some of the daffodils. But we appreciate you letting us be on, and we ask that everybody prays for the people in Ukraine.
Absolutely with that, man. No doubt about it. Y'all got a lot going on, I guarantee it. And we appreciate you. And all of y'all.
Stephen, belated happy birthday, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, real quick, guys, go to our YouTube channel and go to youtube.com, type in Stephen Phillips in the Morning Dish, hit subscribe. You can win $100, and you can go back and watch that video later on today of Felix Cavaliere. We interviewed him today.
Yep, and we appreciate him. Thank you so much.
Thanks for letting us be here.
All right, we'll talk to y'all bright and early in the morning.
W249DP and WJULAM, Hiawassee.
Well, look here. Guess who's number one in the Nielsen ratings again?
Play 97.7.